I grew up in New York, in Riverdale, and the internet came out, and I was like, this is gonna be huge. And I knew, like, that's what I wanted to do in my life. Like, I wanted to build things on the internet. And it was like 1994, and I was at SAR, and you can imagine at that point, no one is telling you you can be a programmer. That's a career. In fact, I'm pretty sure as most of you know, basically what I was told was you have three career options. You can, become a lawyer, a doctor, a banker, or a professor. Okay? Like, that's it. And here I am, this kind of like outcast, like that just wants to like code and build things and work on the internet. And I taught myself how to program. And when I was at Ramaz for high school, there really was no outlet for me to express my love of programming in kind of a positive way. In fact, to everyone around me, it seemed to be a distraction, something I shouldn't be doing. And I don't know if I'm ashamed to say, but around when I was 16, I started doing some not such great things with programming. Started doing a lot of hacking and other stuff. And that was sort of like my outlet. I had this craft, and the way I was expressing it was through this, arguably negative way. This week's Parsha is Parsha Re'eh, and Moshe talks about, as he's bringing everyone to Israel, that there's going to be blessings and a curse, or that everything in life is either a blessing or a curse. And it's so much about what you do with it. And that when you live with Jewish values and you make choices, in that path, things become blessings. When you stray from that, things become curses. Everything is kind of like a double-edged sword. And as I kind of went through that, grew up a little bit in high school, I kind of realized that, this isn't the way I want to express myself. This isn't the way I wanted to live my life. That I wanted to find a way to use what I loved, my art, my craft, in a positive way. And instead of hacking into things, I started building things and creating. One of the first things I built was Ramaz had a Chesed app. And I built an app to help collect, money for our different organizations. And, that's kind of how I changed my trajectory and really try to look for opportunities to use technology and, my skills as a programmer for good. And that led me to eventually starting Flatiron School, where I got the opportunity to teach thousands of people how to code and also pointing them in that direction of you can use code to create great things in the world, positive things in the world. And right now in the world, I think everyone is obviously really freaked out by AI, right? What's it going to do? How's it going to change the world? But AI is just a tool, right? And what matters is how we're going to use it, right? And I think, like everything else, from nuclear energy, social media, these things aren't objectively good or bad. It's just about our use and what we do with it. And I think that the more that we can bring, our Yiddishkeit, our Jewish values to how we use this technology, the better it's going to be. So I want to share with you. And, yeah.
Thank you all.